Good morning and welcome to the Morning Lift. And with the NFL having just ended, I didn't think I'd be able to say this for the next 6 months, but we have some exciting football news to talk about today. This comes from the XFL, which had its inaugural season kickoff this last weekend, and it was really some exciting football. I can't lie, we'll break it down, but really it comes down to rule changes. The XFL has some major rule changes in comparison to the NFL, its big brother, if you will. 3 huge ones and some other ones we're not going to cover today. But let's start with the kickoff. It was the first thing that happens in every single game, right? It'd be wrong not to start with it here. Let's take a quick look. As you can see, the kicker's about to kick it. Bingo. We've got guys that are not moving. Are they aware he kicked it? I don't know. Oh, there they go. Okay. Here we go. He's returning 20, 25, 30. Bingo. And he's down. Just like that, we saw an XFL kickoff. Now, what was the big difference there? The 10 guys that are not either kicking or returning on each team are lined up 5 yards apart from each other. Why? Well, this is done in large part to player safety, to increase player safety without the full running down the field, high-speed impact. We're seeing a lot less injuries on the kickoff play, which seems to be one that really doesn't need to be having a lot of injuries in the first place. When you look at the XFL return rate compared to the NFL return rate, you would be baffled. This year in the NFL 2022-23 season, only 38% of kickoffs were returned. When you look at the 2020 XFL season, which was the last time the XFL was in commission, 97% of kickoffs were returned using this format. Now, why? Player safety, right? But it's allowed to be treated a little bit more as a bit of a play than anything, right? You get more control over the situation. I think this is what people really want to see. When watching football, they don't really care about the kickoff if it's just going to be a touchback, right? You're still going and getting your chips and dip. You're not really running into the room to see the kickoff unless maybe Devin Hester's on the field. But that was the first big rule change from the XFL. Now, before we get into the second, make sure if you're enjoying this content, like, subscribe, check us out on Instagram and Twitter, all of the great stuff. Now, the second biggest rule change from the XFL was what happens after a touchdown. Okay, the PAT situation, you can go for 1, 2, or 3, and none of them involve kicking. But the third big rule change comes right after that, right? How are you going to get the ball back after you score? You can kick it off. You're not going to get it back in that situation unless they fumble. The way to get it back, first way, onside kick, just like the NFL. You can do that at any time in the game. But the one that was drawing controversy, the one NFL fans are all talking about right now, 4th and 15 from your own 25, you convert it, you keep it. What an intuitive idea. This is so smart because when you look at the NFL in 2022 and 2023 season, 3 out of 56 attempts were converted. That's a 5.3% conversion rate. Does that add any excitement to the kick when you know you have a 95% chance of failing? I guess it adds some in the fact that when you get it, you need to be going absolutely berserk. That's an electric scenario if you get the onside kick. But it's just such a unbelievably stacked odds that it doesn't feel like it's really there, right? Like it's an option, but it's not really there. Unlike in the XFL with a 4th and 15, those are pretty good odds. I'm not saying that getting the ball back should be easy, but 4th and 15 isn't exactly easy to convert on. We saw this live in game this weekend. It actually was converted, and I'll walk you through the whole game, but here is the 4th and 15 from their 25. St. Louis drops back up in the pocket, swings right, looks right, conversion, it's good to the 40. Was that the 47? What a throw, what a catch. Heel tap, really? He's kind of got his back to the out of bounds line. But why was that significant? St. Louis, okay, the St. Louis Battlehawks versus the San Antonio Brahmas. Battlehawks down 15-3 with 3 minutes to go in the game. Now in the NFL, you would say, hey, game over, right? There's just no way. Unless something absolutely insane happens, you're not going to be seeing a comeback here. 12 points, that's 2 possessions. Very, very unlikely. Now, the Battlehawks go, score a touchdown. They go for 3, right? That's 9 points. Puts it 12-15. We saw it right there in the game. They go for it, 4th and 15. Can only do it in the 4th quarter, right? Kind of helps mitigate the game planning of maybe being able to keep the ball the whole game. Nah, just the 4th quarter. So they go for it. They get it. Drive down, touchdown, game over. Battlehawks win it. All right, electric kind of flipping of events. You got to be on your toes the whole way through the game in the XFL, and that's what I think makes it so exciting. A lot of NFL fans are thinking the NFL should look this direction for the onside kick. I think it's not necessarily the worst idea. I think they'll probably fine-tune it and make it super whack, but I could definitely see it making its way into the NFL, especially with them looking at probably the kickoff. That's going to reduce injuries by a crap ton, and that's really all they seem to care about, allegedly, is player safety. So if they're going to pull from the kickoff, I could definitely see them pulling the onside as well. Maybe not next year, down the line for sure. Now, there are plenty of other rules the XFL has changed. If you want to hear Marv on Air's breakdown on these rules, be sure to tune into our live tonight at 6 p.m. We've got a full studio, guys. It's going to be tons of fun. Actually, when researching this, I was surprised at how many rules there are changed, and they honestly look like they're going to be awesome. I'm really excited for the rest of the XFL season. Quick reminder yet again, if you like the video, be sure to like, subscribe, check us out on our socials. Really, really appreciate it. Other than that, we'll see you tonight, but next morning lift, Wednesday, 8 a.m.